Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Penda. If you are tuned in today, you're going to be seeing how I got this pretty simple but still glam look. I'm going to show you guys all of the products. This was a tutorial that I put up on my Instagram, and so many of you guys DM'd me and asked me to put it on YouTube. So here I am. Make sure you go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you like this video. Now let's get into the tutorial. So the first product that I'm going in with is the Benefit Cosmetics Precisely My Brow Pencil, and I use it in the shade 5.0. I do think I want to get it in the shade 6.0 just because it's a little darker, but this is what I have. And something you don't want to do whenever you have an eyebrow pencil is twist it all the way up to the top. You really just want to twist the least amount as possible as you can and then continue to twist it up as you go. This will help you to avoid breaking off the tip of the pencil and also just making your brows too dark. So I just start from the inner corner since it's a pencil, and as you guys can see, I'm doing light strokes. I'm not drawing one straight line. I keep dragging my strokes down and I go downwards. Then I'm going to go ahead and fill in the top section as well. And I haven't filled in my brows yet. I just drew the outline, and now I am filling in the brows starting from the back and going back up to the front. And then once I get to the very front portion of my brow, what you're going to see me do is start to do my strokes going upward instead of to the sides. Now I'm just brushing my eyebrow hairs up so that it can still look natural. And then I'm going to go ahead and conceal with the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NW45. With this, you do want to just take your time. You don't want to draw one straight line. And as you guys can see, I am just following the natural shape of my eyebrow. I do really like when the end of my brows are really sharp, so I'll always take my time on the end just so that I can get that sharp effect. Then what you're going to see me do is take the concealer and drag it down to my lid. If you guys are able to tell, I do have hyperpigmentation on my eyelids, and by dragging the concealer down, it just gives me a clean and even base to start with when I am doing my eyeshadow. Once I've blended everything out so that it looks like a nice base, what I'm going to do is take the e.l.f. brow gel, and I'm going to brush my hairs going upward just so that it looks more natural, and this is going to help set the brows in place. Next, I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette, and I'm using the shade Saturn at first. And what I'm just doing is patting that shade on, and I did zoom in a little bit just so that you guys can get a better picture of the eye look. And whenever it comes to shades or eyeshadows now, the first thing that I like to do is just pat them on until I get enough pigment or enough color that I like, and then I start to blend. So whenever I blend, as you guys can see, I am just doing it in windshield wiper motion, so from left to right, just to get a natural wash of color on my eyes. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Parallel, which is a darker brown. This brown wasn't as dark as I was expecting it to be or hoping it to be, but it is adding some dimension to the lid, and I just placed that at first and swiped it from left to right to blend it in. Then I'm going to go in with Obsidian, which is a black, and I wanted to be really careful with this shade because sometimes with black, it can overpower a look, and I wanted this look to still be like glam but still natural, or not 100% natural, but just something that you could wear as a everyday look, or if you're going to a special event, you could wear this look out. So I'm just taking that black, and instead of adding more by packing it, I'm just using what I have to blend. And then I'm going to take a clean blending brush to blend it all over my lid so that there's a seamless transition of colors. Next, what I'm going to do is go in with a concealer, and I'm going to look up. I did get some on my face, which is a little annoying, but I'm going to look up because I do have hooded lids, and that's going to give me a blueprint on where I should cut my crease. And then as I cut my crease, I'm going to go back in with a little bit of that black just to give the eyelids more dimension, and then I'm going to clean up the crease more. Now I'm just going in with the green shade of Throne from the ABH Prism palette, and this shadow wasn't that easy to place on the lid. It was a little difficult to have it just go on smoothly, so I did end up having to wet it consistently with a setting spray. You guys don't see that here, but the shade itself is really pretty, and it ended up working out because since it wasn't going on my lid really smoothly, it did leave a little line between my crease and my actual lids, and I wanted to use that space for like a cream glitter. So I was a little hyped here because I'm like, oh, like the look that I thought I was gonna do didn't work out, but something else that's better is happening. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this black shadow, and I'm gonna place it on my outer corners just so that the look can be seamless. And then I'm gonna blend everything together at the top. A little bit of that orange shade in Saturn was lost, so I just went back over and added it there. And then I'm gonna blend in the black into the green. Next, I'm using this Huda Beauty cream product, and this is what I'm going to use right above my crease area in order to have like a glittery liner effect, which you guys know I love. Whenever you're applying any type of liner or cream product to your crease area, you really want to take your time and go in small sections. And what I would always say is that it's better for you to start low or go lower, because you can fix it with an eyeshadow on your lid if you mess up, versus if you go high, it's a little difficult to blend that out. Then I'm just applying these lashes in the style Couture. I am going in with the Farsali Unicorn Essence Serum, and I do like this because it helps to give my face some moisture, and it also gives it some tackiness so that when I apply my foundation, it's smooth. And I do just apply it everywhere in upwards motions. Then I'm going to go in with this Try Beauty box. They were generous enough to send this to me, and it came with a beauty blender. You guys know beauty blenders are not cheap, so they got money. Next I'm going in with the Nars foundation in the shade Zambi. I love this foundation. It is their natural long wear radiant foundation, and as I told you guys, I do have combination skin, but I would say more oily, and this foundation just gives me a natural glow. So I'm just blending it in with the butt of the beauty blender, pressing it in on my cheeks, my forehead, everywhere on my face essentially, in order to blend it in. When it comes to blending in your foundation with a beauty blender, I usually like using a brush, but whenever I use a beauty blender, it still distributes pretty evenly. You just have to keep pouncing it on until you get the application you like. Next, I'm going in with the Huda Beauty Concealer in the shade Maple Syrup. This tube isn't necessarily the best. As you guys are going to see, it kind of like popped out of nowhere, which is why I like to apply this concealer using a flat foundation brush. But I am just going to apply it on the areas that I typically highlight. So the bridge of my nose, my forehead, underneath my eyes, my upper lip area, and my chin. Then I'm going to use the Black Up Contour Stick and then apply it in the hollows of my cheeks. In order to brighten up my under eyes a little bit, I am going to go with the Nars Matte Concealer, and I'm just going to apply that. I dipped it into the little container, and then I just applied it onto both sides so that it's not overpowering. And then I'm just going to blend using my beauty blender. My face was feeling a little dry, so I did just spray it with some setting spray. If you're ever blending underneath your eye and you feel like it's a little dry, just spraying it really quickly will help give it some moisture and help you with blending. It will not disturb the base that you just laid. So I'm just taking my time and blending underneath my eye area in order to get an even application. So I've gotten the application that I like for my highlighter. What I'm going to do is go ahead and start to blend in my contour. And as you guys can see, when I'm blending my contour, I like to blend it going upwards just because I feel like that gives it more of a natural effect. And then I'm going to set that contour with the Morphe brushes single shadow in the shade Trouble. I really do like this shadow in order to set my contour because it does have a cool undertone. So it really does act as a shadow on my face, which a contour is supposed to do. And whenever it comes to me applying my powder contour, I like to connect everything together from my forehead to my cheeks just so that it looks really seamless. Next, I'm going in with the Huda Beauty Setting Powder. I told you guys this in my previous video, but I really am still struggling with how to get this to come out the best way. I'm not sure if you're supposed to tap it or if you're supposed to like press into the container, but I made it work. And instead of baking my face, what I'm going to do is press all of the powder into my skin just so that it melts, which you guys are going to see me do here. Then I'm going to go in with the Maybelline setting powder in the shade Dark 40, which I told you guys is one of my absolute favorites. I'm completely out of it or almost out of it, which is why I'm pushing so hard to get so much out. And then I'm just going to blend the powder out onto my face, and I'm blending it everywhere so that my highlighter, my contour, everything can be seamless on my base. Then I'm going to go ahead and spray my face with the Urban Decay setting spray in Deslick. And I told you guys, and this is the first time that you're seeing it, but I like to drench my face. There's no such thing as too much setting spray. I spray and spray and spray because that really helps to melt all of the powders for me in order to avoid any ashy effect. And then I'm just taking this wig cap from the beauty supply store, still in the container, and I'm using it to just dry off my face. And then once my face is dry, I am going to apply some blush. And this is Instain, or this is the Balm Instain blush in the shade Toile or Toile. I'll pull it up on the screen. But I did get this in my Try Beauty box as well. I'll link in the description bar everything that I got from my Try Beauty box. It is a Black-owned makeup subscription company, and I do like it. All of the products that I used from the box were really good. So I really like the way that this blush applied. It is more of a pale pink, but I feel like it just goes with the look because it's not a super dramatic look, and it does help give me a flush of color. Next, I'm going in with the Bella Pierre highlighting palette. This also came in the Try Beauty box. And I'm just going to apply that dark gold shade on the high points of my cheeks. I really do like this highlighter. As you guys can see, it just gives you a glow from within. It does look really natural on my face, or as natural as a highlighter can get. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend it in with the Morphe M501 brush. I usually apply my highlighter on the high points of my cheek, my forehead, my upper lip, my nose, and my chin. So I basically apply highlighter everywhere. But like I said, this highlighter looks natural. And when I say natural, I mean that it doesn't have any glitters coming out and it does melt into the skin really well. And then I am going to apply it on my brow bone area. And then, like with every product that I always use on my face, I always do placement first, and then I always go back in with a powder brush usually, and I just blend everything all together so that it appears really seamless. I am going to blend some of the powder down onto my neck. As you guys know, I do apply foundation on my neck, and then I'm going to set, or I'm going to use setting spray to set the areas where I applied the highlighter so that it can melt even more. Then I'm going to go in with that Wander Beauty Gel Cream, and I'm going to apply it on my inner corners just to bring the eye look together even more. And then I'm going to blend it so that it doesn't look as harsh. Next, I'm going to go in with the Marc Jacobs highlighter in the shade Black Currant. Y'all know this is my favorite eyeliner to use in my waterline. And I always have to look up to prevent myself from tearing because I have really sensitive eyes. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the Bad Gal Bang Mascara in order to coat my lower lash line. Next, I'm going to apply the MAC Chestnut Lip Liner. This is also one of my favorite brown liners to use. If you are someone of a deeper complexion, you definitely need this in your collection. And then I'm going to top it off with the Crayon Case Lip Gloss. And this is in the shade, I'm going to put it on the screen. I'll put this shade name on the screen, but I really do like this lip gloss color. And then that is it for the look. Alright guys, that is going to be it for this tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope you know that whenever you make suggestions to me of what you want to see on my channel, I will for sure put it up. This is a community, so whatever you want me to do, I am here for it. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe before you leave. I love you guys so much. Until next time.